Welcome to Discovery and welcome to another episode of Discovery. We have another great episode of Discovery. You know what, it's been a while since I did another Discovery. Last Discovery we didn't have too many views, which I did get a little bit, I wasn't motivated enough to create another Discovery, but a lot of you guys seem to enjoy Discovery, so you know what, I'm continuing. Today we're going to cover a few bands that I really want to talk about on this channel. We got Helloween, we also got Fear Factory, we got some Darkthrone, we got a brand new funeral doom metal band that I am so damn excited to tell you guys about, and we got a few other bands to mention. Now before I start Discovery, pop your discoveries down below, pop what you discovered over the last week, and you know what, let's get started. So first up is Helloween and their self-titled album Helloween. Now in case you don't know, Helloween are a German heavy metal / power metal band, although I feel they're more on the heavy metal side than power metal side, but apparently they were the pioneers of power metal. They have produced a few great albums, so Keep of the Seven Keys Part 1 and Keep of the Seven Keys Part 2, and they released a brand new album called Helloween, their self-titled album, featuring 3 vocalists from the past, Michael Kiske, Andy Darius, and also Kai Hansen. So this album is just fantastic, it really is. The drumming is magnificent, the guitar work as well, but not only that, Kai Hansen, Michael Kiske, and Andy Darius' vocals are they just harmonize so well together. Songs like Out for the Glory, with just an introduction that's very eerie and atmospheric, sounds something out of like South of Heaven by Slayer. Fear of the Falling is such a great song overall. It's fun and energetic. Best Times is just a really uplifting song. Mass Pollution has more technical elements but still fun. Angels is a lot slower, but it conveys quite a lot of emotion. I really love Andy Darius' vocals on this. Rise Without Chains is fun and energetic, and overall this album is a pretty energetic album, and it's more focusing on the heavy metal elements and the power metal elements. Things start to really heat up with Robot King the song, and I just love that chorus, Robot King! And it's quite technical, it's quite proggy. And then you got one of the best songs by Helloween, Skyfall, and I love that fucking melody, I really do, and that chorus, just the melodies just get stuck in your head. It's a great fucking song, running about 12 minutes. There's some really enjoyable guitar solos on this, and the drumming, like I said, is spectacular. Really love the drum fills throughout the choruses, especially through Out for the Glory. Now the production is just fantastic. I just love the tone of the guitars, the tone of the snare as well. There's a lot of meat and gravy on this LP that really creates an enjoyable listening experience. And overall, this album is just a fantastic album. One of my favorite albums for June, that's for sure. Helloween, the self-titled, did not disappoint. Like, it took me a while to really get into Helloween, but once I believe that the self-titled album made me really enjoy Helloween, because I actually have checked out some previous albums as well by this band, and they are just absolutely fantastic. So for Helloween, the self-titled album, Helloween, it's a must listen. I recommend you guys, if you like power metal and heavy metal, you're gonna fucking well enjoy this. Next up is Fear Factory and their album Continuum, Agression. Now this Now this album has grown on me quite a bit. Now I'm not a really big fan of Fear Factory, and I have heard some of the albums, but yeah, this band hasn't really gravitated towards me. But I do appreciate the musicianship. It really reminds me of like something out of like Diet Meshuggah, especially the genty riffs and the overall layout. This album is actually good. At first I didn't like it, but I do really enjoy the industrial grooves on this, along with the elements of death metal. Some really nice vocals are within the mix that really escalate this album next level. And overall, some really enjoyable guitar work. I love the solos, especially on Monolith, which has a really epic guitar solo. And the drumming, the chugginess and the drumming on this album is really good. Recode is such an interesting way to kick off the album, which is one of the weakest songs in my opinion. But then you got songs like Disruptor, which has a really epic sort of chorus. Aggression Continuum is more heavy, Purity, and then you got one of the most heaviest songs off the album, Fuel Injected Suicide Machine. This album does grow on you, and you gotta give this album a chance. Now, I know a lot of people have praised this album, and I understand why you are praising it. Although this is definitely not my cup of tea, I can still really appreciate the musicianship. Like I said, some great guitar solos and some really interesting chord changes as well. And I reckon Monolith is an absolute awesome song, along with End of a Line, which has some awesome vocal work, and not to mention the conclusion on Aggression Continuum is fantastic. It really is. Yeah, this LP does grow on you, and it grows on you quite a lot. At first, for me, I didn't really enjoy it, but I gave it a few more chances, and yeah, it's a solid LP. Now we go down to the good shit. The next band we're talking about is Helllight and their album Until the Silent Embraces. Now, in case you don't know, Helllight are a funeral doom metal band. Lyrical themes about sorrow, loneliness, death, and paganism. They are from Sao Paulo, Brazil. And I gotta say, holy fucking shit, this album took me by surprise big time. I'm gonna say here, this is the best funeral doom album for a very fucking long time. I'm talking about a very long time. Until the Silence Embraces is such an awesome funeral doom album. It's gothic, it's doomy, it has bits of Paradise Lost, bits of Ahab, bits of even Draconian. This more reminds me of Draconian, but holy shit, the songs on this fucking album are just mind-blowing, especially Rise Above the Stars, which has an awesome guitar solo throughout the conclusion, but his vocals, Fabio Di Paulo's vocals on this are just fucking incredible. His guttural, deep growls are just so damn demonic. He just sounds so evil on this, and I fucking love it. Just the eeriness of the guitars, the slow-paced moments. This is the best doom metal album, the best doom metal album of the year, and could be possibly my favorite album of the year. Helllight Until the Silence Embraces is such a fucking epic album with organs that just pierce throughout your ears. It's so damn atmospheric, it's so damn cold, it's so damn fucking dark. Songs like The Dead Moment, especially in the acoustic section, especially when he sings cleanly, something like I shall see the dead, I should see the last light in your dead eyes, and how it builds up. It's just the impactful moments. This album by Helllight, Until the Silent Embraces, is a fucking pearler. It really is. I fucking love this album. The tone of the guitars, the tone of the drums, and his vocals are so damn fucking good on this. I absolutely adore it. Until the Silent Embraces by Helllight is a must listen if you like funeral doom. So, Machine Head released an EP called Arrows in Words from the Sky. Although Catharsis was an absolute disgrace of an album, you know what? Rob Flynn decided to redeem himself, creating an EP called Arrows in the Words from the Sky. And you know what? This EP isn't that bad. It's more heavy, it's more dark, and it's more energetic. We've Become the Firestorm really shocking me, especially in the introduction, where you got just absolutely bombastic blast beats and just aggressive vocals that sound at times something out of like death metal. Yes, there are elements of death metal, elements of new metal as well. And Become the Firestorm is one of the best songs they have written for a very long time. I love Flynn's vocals on this. I love the guitar work, but there are some really nice clean vocals on this. And I just absolutely really enjoyed the transitioning of the songs, the great songwriting, especially Rotten, which has a very catchy chorus, but aggressive verse. And then the last song, Arrows in Word from the Sky, fucking epic, around about 6 minutes, some really moving moments on this. The bass is quite prominent. Just overall, Arrows in Words from the Sky by Machine Head is one of the best producing Machine Head content for a very fucking long time, because holy shit, it really took me by surprise, Arrows in the Words from the Sky. But overall, I am really excited about Machine Head's future. I am really excited. Although Rob Flynn is an asshole, he certainly created a fantastic fucking EP. And finally, my last album I'm going to talk about is Darkthrone Eternal Hails, a Norwegian black metal band really channeling the inner Black Sabbath. And you know what? Darkthrone finally released a Doom album. We knew that Darkthrone were experimenting with Doom, especially through the album Old Star, but holy shit, they went full on Doom, and I absolutely love the meaty guitar riffs on this. Production's very tinny, but it really works, and that's where the black metal elements come in. Darkthrone really mastering this sound with some very catchy riffs along with just interesting melodies as well, like Hey Cloak. Hey Cloak is a song that I cannot get out of my head. I love the riffs, I love the bouncy riffs, I love how they channel their inner Black Sabbath, something a lot like Master of Reality. But then you got some more punky songs, then you got some crust punk moments as well through his master's voice, and some black metal elements along with Wake of the Waken, which has some really soothing guitar work. And then Lost Arcane Sin of a Preaker, which has synth moments, synth melodies that really build up the songs. Yes, this album is absolutely fantastic. It is a great album by Darkthrone. But yeah, you gotta appreciate Eternal Hails. You gotta appreciate the way they experiment on this album. A lot of people saying this sound the same. What are you listening to? This doesn't sound anything like Darkthrone. It does sound like Darkthrone, but it is a whole different spectrum of Darkthrone, and I absolutely fucking appreciate that. But overall, this is just a fantastic album. I love it. Wake of the Awakened being one of my favorite songs, but Hey Cloak is probably my favorite song off the album. Surely there are melodies that do repeat themselves over and over again, but you know what? They really channel in their stoner doom moments. They at times do sound like Black Sabbath, even at times Acid Mammoth, especially guitar tone. Production is a complaint. Like, a lot of people complain about the production. I love the production. I think the production is so damn good. It makes it very retro. It makes it feels like a very old album. It doesn't feel like an album that has been released in 2021, and I absolutely adore that side of Darkthrone. But overall, Eternal Hails by Darkthrone is a solid fucking album, and it is one of my favorite albums of the year. So guys, that's it for Discovery. I hope you did enjoy it. That's it for Discovery. Hope you did enjoy it. Pop your comments down below what you thought about Discovery this week and what you discovered as well. And I will see you in the next one.